Hello, so today I'm gonna be reviewing the movie Entrails of a Virgin, released in 1986, directed by Kazuo Komizi. So, it's a blend of uh, erotic cinema and slasher. Actually, I don't even think I can consider it erotic cinema. It's probably pornography. It's just that because of the censorship in most like pornographic materials in Japan, it's not exactly hardcore, but it's definitely way more pornographic than it is erotic. And so it's a very short movie, going to like 72 minutes, and it's a movie that wastes no time at all to get what you expect going to this movie. It's blood and sex, and even though the blood does only show up like after like 30 minutes, yeah, it's already in the beginning. There's a lot of sex and weird things. I would say this movie was surprisingly well directed and interesting, especially on the kills. I do want to say, like, all of the kills are very interesting, are very well shot. It has some really nice gore, surprisingly. So there is a few beats that are not that great of gore. It's kind of really really bad, but even the bad ones, I feel they work in this movie. And the sex scene, I would say like 50% of them are really interesting. That for like a more pornographic movie, 50% of like the sex scenes being interesting itself, it's kind of a pretty big deal, because they usually tend to be way too formulaic, and this movie finds different ways to make it interesting. Especially, there's gonna be spoilers from now on, because I do have to say, especially from the time that the bad guy really appears, and it does become a little bit in the end kind of like a little like the Labette by Valerian Borkowitz. Even though you got this kind of monster with this very weird prosthetic penis. Even though La Bad, I do think it's a way more fancy movie. And when you get to the animal and the thing, actually not an animal, I don't know what that is, it's way more grotesque. But you have to have some patience with it. This one, it's not as good as La Bad in that sense. It's not that grotesque, and the rest of the movie, it's way more, it's way more trashy, but you get content like all the time. I mean, you don't get bored of it at all. It does kind of remind me of like the kind of the more sexual parts of Tetsu too. Especially one of the final girls that goes crazy and start trying to have sex with all the corpses there. I will say that that is kind of the highlight of the movie, because we got all those fantastic kills, and we have a lot of sex in the movie for this at this time. And that part in the end, it's kind of where it all comes together to really make this kind of disturbing and trashy movie kind of come alive. It's the mixture of these two, and nothing but is that better than this girl that ends up getting basically fucked to death by the bad guy. And I do just want to say, one thing that I find really odd is the choice of paying so much attention to the deaths and doing a lot of makeup and everything, and also with the prosthetic penis from the bad guy. But the bad guy ends up just being some guy with mud on his face. It Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's kind of corny, but I will give this movie a 7 out of 10 actually. It's kind of a very hard movie to grade actually, because it's fun. It's very corny, but it's like it does some things very right. It does something very wrong because in the story sense, it's very empty. And I'm not talking about like empty in a total way, but it's like it's empty even for a slasher and even for a pornographic movie, which is insane. The bar is like really low, but also for it being so empty, it just gives time to the movie just do whatever it wants and focus way more in having entertaining scenes and kind of more disgusting scenes without needing to explain much of context and everything. But yeah, I thought it was a really fun experience in watching this movie.